Welcome to the What I Wish I Knew series hosted by the Women in Surgery Committee, the American College of Surgeons. I'm Christina Cellini. I'm a colorectal surgeon in Rochester.
I am Tiffany Sinclair. I'm an endocrine surgeon near LA with Kaiser, and I'm the resident and associate society liaison to the Women in Surgery Committee.
And we're sharing advice about what we wish we knew when we were starting out in our careers. Thinking about, as now that I'm sort of more mid-career, what I wish I'd known, and somehow in the course of just becoming a new attending and getting used to being a surgeon, you can lose sight of some of those things. One of the things I wish I did was not live under a political rock, because I never knew who so-and-so was or who so-and-so was, and I never thought that that was important. Like, I thought just working and focusing on what I'm doing is important, and it is the most important, but there is a small part of you that has to kind of get to know what's going on around you, because you're living in this world, and so you have to understand who the players are, what's important to them, so that you can, I think, get the things that you want out of the job as well. Like, one example I have is that I had no idea for the longest time that the COO of the hospital was a lot of times in my spin class in the morning, because I just would go and then do my workout and come back, and it would have been a good opportunity to get to know those types of people on a different level, which is a way I'm more comfortable with. I'm not a good schmoozer where I could really talk somebody up at a party. That would have been a perfect place. I also wish I met with my chair a little bit more often, or just on a maybe twice a year, just to check in, and it's a good way for them to get to know you from their perspective, rather than down the line hearing about you or things about you from a different perspective.
That's one of the good things about the position that I am in now, is they have designated meetings with the chief every 6 months for the first couple of years to make sure that we're on track and doing the things that we're supposed to be doing.
I always thought I didn't want to bother them. Like, why would they want to meet with me? They're so busy. They have such a busy schedule. Like, but you should really, I think, twice a year, just with your chair, chief, whoever, check in, say, here are the things I'm doing, talk yourself up about what you've accomplished and what you want to accomplish. And you might find that they have ways to help you more than if you didn't make that connection. I made the mistake. Sometimes we make the mistake of, I caught myself the other day, even after all these years, like just venting in public. Moment of stress, you may forget, and you forget where you are, you forget who you're with, and you may not necessarily always mean exactly what you're saying, but just good to check yourself and make sure you vent to safe people in safe spaces.
That's a very good point. It's very easy in a moment of just frustration, you're having a bad day, be cognizant.
So just checking into yourself sometimes when you're feeling that frustration, like, what am I saying? Who's around? Who am I saying it to? Is this, is it appropriate? And does it need to be said right now out loud? And I think the same thing, my last point, that is the same thing with text or email. It's just better sometimes to check yourself. Don't respond right away. Just make a meeting or have a discussion. And a lot of the assumptions and the things that you read into on email or text get clarified, and we don't have that confusion.
Right, so, because it's easy to be misconstrued when you're not there to explain yourself and someone else is reading it.
But that's also to my mind, it's like understanding what you're coming into and the culture. We all have ideas of how we want things to go, and you come in and people tell you, yeah, you're going to do X, Y, and Z, and you just go straight in, and then you end up offending a handful of people because you didn't realize that, oh, actually, yes, they weren't involved in those conversations or necessarily happy the fact that maybe I'm here to do X, Y, and Z. So it's good to kind of know who those players are and figure out the best way to interact with them. Sometimes,
yeah, especially as a junior surgeon, you don't want to step on anyone's toes. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your advice. We really enjoyed having you.